We talked about Shohei Ohtani. What do you do with him? And, we've heard people talk about it. Chris Broussard on this very radio show has said 1,000,000 times, Rob G, hasn't he? I'm not a Yankee. What does he say? I'm not a Yankee fan, but the Yankees should get Shohei Ohtani. That's Chris's take, that he believes he belongs in the Bronx, that he belongs on the biggest stage in baseball. And I don't totally disagree, because he could wind up with the Dodgers, which I think is the most logical, because he wanted to be in Southern California. He wanted to be closer to Japan. Right. If he switches over from the Angels to the Dodgers, he don't have to do much, right? It's just how many miles is it, Rob G? 45 miles or something? New York. Yeah, it's not that far from Anaheim. But here's my point, and I want to get your take.
Mm-hmm.
I think the bigger question is the Yankees need to get back to their evil empire roots. And what I mean by that is going out the days and going and getting the biggest and best players. Now, they did that with Garrett Cole. That was like their last big one. But if you think about the players that they've gotten of late, it's always been trades. The Rangers signed A-Rod and couldn't afford him anymore, right? And then they traded him to the Yankees. The Marlins signed Giancarlo Stanton to that big contract, not the Yankees, and then they bailed him out with the trades. So if Ohtani is available, why shouldn't the Yankees that make a gazillion dollars, why shouldn't they be a player for Shohei Ohtani? And the Yankees haven't won a World Series, JR. You in New York since 2009. It's been a long time now. Would you want to see Shohei in the Bronx?
I mean, it doesn't matter to me one way or another, really, because if they're not in a position to win, they're not in a position to win. I think Chris or other people might be confusing errors here. When the Yankees were winning World Series 4 and 5 years, they weren't just going out and buying the best players in the game. They had a core of Derek Jeter, Bernie Williams, Mariano Rivera, Jorge Posada, who led the team and stayed there for, over a decade together. That's how they won. And then they filled in other players. So people always have this misconception that the Yankees bought those championships. No, the best players, that this doesn't address the question directly, but I have to go back and say the best players on those teams was homegrown talent.
Right, but the question is now they haven't won in a long time.
Right, they got A-Rod. Right, that's why I wouldn't. No, we don't have to go down evil empire routes. They got A-Rod. They got that year they signed A-Rod. Then they got CeCe, Burnett. They got one championship out of that era. And then since they've gotten Giancarlo Stanton, they haven't done anything. So, no, one player is not going to change the Yankees' problems. The Yankees have fundamental problems. The way that they look at the game, the way that they overuse analytics and metrics. It's like beating a dead horse. We go over this over and over again. The Yankees aren't going to win anything until they get players who can play, can hit and run and do multiple things, not just rely on home runs. The Yankees have been a boom and bust offense. People can talk about Cole. They can talk about the pitchers. They've been a boom and bust offense that lack original and natural style baseball players.
But I don't know. I don't know how you could say not adding Ohtani would not answer. You would have another ace in your rotation.
Does he steal bases?
No, but I'm trying to give you
average.
But I'm trying to give you the pitching. You're not getting one player. You would be getting a pitcher, and every year in the postseason.
Has he won a Cy Young award yet? I mean,
no, he hasn't.
Ohtani's pitching is overblown because is overhyped because he's a great hitter.
Yeah, but he's top five, he's top five right now.
He's a pretty good pitcher. I've never seen him pitch in the postseason. I don't know if he'll go an extended time past 5-6 innings in the postseason. I don't know who Ohtani is postseason-wise. I know that he's played with no pressure on losing teams since he's been here, the Angels. We love everything that he does, but there's no stress to his pitching performances. There's no stress when he gets up to hit. Maybe if they make a playoff run this year, to me, all that stuff matters. And Really. All this talk about Ohtani, I don't really care. You know why I don't care? Because I know what it takes to. I'm not a fantasy baseball player. I actually understand the game. So I know that just getting Ohtani is not going to change the Yankees' fortunes a little bit. Why? Because fundamentally their team is not constructed correctly. You see any bros on the Yankees outside of Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton? Any 5-tool players who can generate runs? Who can? No. Ohtani's going to come in and be another boom or bust hitter.
I totally. When you look at the Yankees, if you were to add him to their team, say the Yankees went out right now and decided that they're going to add him this season, you can't tell me that you wouldn't think that they would be closer to a World Series than ever before.
I don't.
I do
not
because
without Judge. No,
but of course I'm talking about Judge is coming back. I'm talking about if you have Judge in the lineup. Yeah, he's coming back.
Do you have a date for that?
Well, he's hitting now. He's hitting. So if he wasn't hitting, then I would say I don't know when he's coming back. He started hitting again.
Sound like the toe's pretty bad.
But my point is that the Yankees have kind of been like in the background. The Mets have spent more money. The Dodgers, other teams have spent more money, and the Yankees have decided that they're kind of like, well, we want to win. They got a team full of guys nobody knows, and that's why when Judge isn't in the lineup, you know, like they struggle so much to score.
So I'm saying if you win, or are you saying the Yankees need a big name because they're the Yankees? They know. We're confusing the two.
No.
The
question is
you're going to win.
No,
so
but
you're saying the
you're
Yankees
not listening to the question. The question is going back to their evil empire roots, and what that means is when they used to spend money on people, which they don't do as much now.
No, they don't.
They don't, and that's the difference. And then you got to look and say they haven't won since 2009. You can't keep doing the same thing that you've been doing. Here's a once-in-a-lifetime player that's available, who's going to be available. Do you go out or do you sit back and let the Dodgers or the Mets sign him is the question.
No, but like you just said, they just signed Cole, so that's not accurate. The Yankees do spend money still. Didn't they give him $300 million?
We said that was the last guy, but they still haven't won.
That was a couple of years ago, right? When's the last time the Pirates signed somebody for $300 million?
No, but the Pirates aren't the Yankees. The point is that he's available, JR. It's not like a wish. He's going to be available. Do you want him, yes or no? Should the Yankees spend money?
No, if I'm the Yankees, I don't care. He's not going to change my fortunes. I don't need Shohei Ohtani. I'm the Yankees. I don't need that guy to be somebody. I'm the Yankees.
Yeah, the Yankees haven't won anything since 2009.
Let the nobody franchise.
But that doesn't make sense. What you're saying is you're saying you're the Yankees and you haven't won. If you take away that 2009 championship,
I haven't won.
Wait a minute. There's one championship since 2000. That's 20-some-odd years.
How many Milwaukee have in the last 30 years?
Milwaukee's not the Yankees. Come on, man. Come on. It's not the same. It's not the same barometer as the Yankees or the
baseball.
Milwaukee Brewers.
You know this. You don't just get out on the field and win games. You have to construct a team, and it starts in your minor league system, and it starts with putting the right pieces together. It starts with having the right kind of offense that when you get to the playoffs, you can actually manufacture runs. You can get clutch hits from people. You have to have the right pitching in the playoffs. I don't think Shohei Ohtani makes a difference one way or other. I'll leave that to the casual baseball fans who are enamored with this guy because he pitches and hits. But if I'm the Yankees, I don't need him. Why would I spend $500-600 million for a guy that's been on a team for the last 4 years that hasn't won anything?
Yeah, but you know
Where's his impact?
There's no way that you could say that it's strictly on him. Mike Trout has been hurt. They haven't had any other pitching. They haven't had any other pitching.
I agree.
They've had other issues. It's not. You can't just pin it only on him. And as you know in baseball, it can't be on one guy. That's why they're not winning. And here's
you asked if I was the Yankees, would I want him? No.
Right. Okay, that's different.
My answer.
Okay, that's your answer. But yes. It has nothing to do with what's happening with the Angels. My point is, since 2000, which is 23 years ago, since 2000,
one chip.
The Yankees have one chip. That's not the Yankees that we're used to. And people are saying maybe it's time for them to go out and get the best guy that's out on the market and stop playing cheap and stop going after guys who you don't have to pay, and stop worrying about the going over the salary threshold where you got to pay a tax. That's where the Yankees have become. Become penny pinchers. They become. Oh no, we can't go over the cap. Oh, we can't do this.
That's what put that
right. That's what I'm saying.
Right. So if you're gonna go after Ohtani, I would rather, knowing that this is baseball and not basketball, and we've seen this over and over again. Right. I would take three $200 million a year. Through $200 million contract players rather than one $600 million contract player. And in baseball, that's going to do me a lot better than having one guy, although he pitches as well. This is the thing. I can't count on Shohei Ohtani coming to New York City, carrying the burden of pitching and hitting, never getting hurt. I'm not taking chances on that. I don't believe that he can continue to pitch 30 starts a year and have 400 at bats a season over the course of the next 5 years. So I know that most likely, I would lose significantly in that deal if I did not win with him in the first 2 seasons. After that, well, okay, I'm the Yankees, so I'm going to just throw away $400 million. No, they're not going to do that because they haven't been spending money in the first place. You can't take that chance on this guy.
I could not disagree with you more. And here's the other thing. Ohtani pays for himself. The advertising that they get from Japan, when Hideki Matsui played for the Yankees, go back and look at the videotape of all the Japanese companies that were all over Yankee Stadium. Money won't be an issue. They'll be selling his jersey. Everybody in Japan will be wearing a Yankee jersey. I mean, money's not the issue. I mean, they'll make that money back because he's an international star. He's not going to be a local star.
You're right. So I don't know.
So the money part is not really it. I'm just saying, you're saying you don't want them.
They want the back pages
you
back
said
from
you don't
the
want
Mets.
them.
That's who the Yankees are now. That's what we're doing in the Bronx. 27 chips later, we're just trying to steal the back pages back from the Mets because that's all that move is. That's not a move to win a World Series.